Honorable Education Ministers, distinguished dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to address this STEM gathering today and to be a part of the unique initiative spearheaded by the United Nations Secretary General, the Transforming Education Summit. I am happy to share that the Government of India launched its National Education Policy or NEP 2020 under the able leadership of our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, built on the foundational pillars of access, equity, quality, affordability, and accountability. This policy is aligned with the 2030 Agenda of Sustainable Development. You will be happy to know that all the 5 action tracks identified under the Transforming Education Summit, that is safe, inclusive, equitable school, learning and skill for life work and sustainable development, growth of teachers, digital learning, and financing education have also been identified as area of priority under India's National Education Policy or NEP 2020. Our new flagship program, the Samagraha Shiksha Abhiyan, work to provide safe, inclusive, equitable schooling for all, ensuring universal access to high-quality early childhood care and education by 2030, and ensuring universal acquisition of foundational literacy and numeracy are priority under this. The Samagraha Shiksha scheme provide support to 2.2 million children with special needs from pre-primary classes to class 12. To reduce gender gap in school education, 4,980 residential schools for girls called Kasturba Gandhi Balika Vidyalaya have been set up. 6,69,000 girls are enrolled in these schools. Under Pradhan Mantri Poshan Shakti Nirman, we are providing one hot cooked meal in government and government-aided schools across the country. It caters to about 118 million children of class 1 to 8 studying in 1.1 million schools. Government schools health program aim to strengthen health promotions and disease prevention among school children. In order to provide care, protection and schooling support to COVID-affected children, the Prime Minister Care for Children scheme was launched and 3,922 children have received support under this scheme. Under the NEP 2020, we are also working towards strengthening our higher education system to enable multidisciplinary learning with a focus on nurturing a culture of research, providing quality of education and better management and governance of institutions. For capacity building of teachers, we are implementing an integrated training program called NISTHA. NEP 2020 also called for remanaging vocational education. By 2025, at least 50% of learners through the school and higher education system shall have exposure to vocational education. This is in alignment with the Sustainable Development Goal 4.4. Digital connectivity has played a pivotal role in education system to function efficiently during the 2 years of the pandemic. Through Digital India campaign, we are strengthening our digital infrastructure. A comprehensive initiative called PM eVidya provides multimodal access to education. This includes digital platforms like digital infrastructure and knowledge sharing, popularly called Diksha, which has around 276,145 e-contents for every classes. Swayam Mukh platform with over 26 million enrolled students, Virtual Lab, e-Pathshala and National Digital Library, 12 Swayam Prabha TV channels and radio broadcasting, mobile podcasts with more than 3,480 pieces of curriculum-based radio program, to name a few. Our Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi, launched the National Digital Education Architecture for providing digital framework for education. The Indian education sector catered to a large population. We have over 15 lakh schools, nearly 97 lakh teachers, and nearly 26.5 crore students of pre-primary to higher secondary level from varied socio-economic background. In the higher education system, there are nearly 40 million students enrolled in 42,000 colleges and over 1,000 universities. The public expenditure on education has accordingly been rising over the last few years and stands at 4.39% of GDP at present. The budget allocated to the Education Ministry under Government of India amount to rupees 1,04,278 crore, which is equivalent to approximately $13 billion and is an increase of 11.86% over last year's budget. Friends, you would be happy to know that the Government of India has carried out very extensive consultations at the regional and national level with a wide range of stakeholders before formulating this NEP 2020. These consultations continued even now as we work to implement our policy recommendations. A national workshop and 5 regional workshops with state, district, blocks, and school level stakeholders was organized earlier this year to discuss initiatives aimed at achieving access, quality, and future readiness of education in India. A national conference of school education ministers was held on 1st to 2nd June 2022 under the chairmanship of Honorable Minister of Education Shri Dharmendra Pradhan Ji, Education Minister of 18 states, union territories, and education secretaries of about 32 states and union territories participated in the meeting. Area of higher education, zonal, regional, and national workshops have been organized to plan, prioritize, and evoke key solutions for achieving desired goals. A total of 26 meetings have been held with 989 participants, including officials from state governments, vice chancellors, directors of higher educational institutions, domain experts, and head of regulatory bodies in education sectors. A conference of visitors was held on 7 to 8 June 2022, which was inaugurated by the Honorable President of India, Shri Ramnath Kovind. In addition to this, a national conference of chief secretaries was held this month to set up the roadmap for key priority areas which include assess, foundational learning, teachers training, use of technology, future readiness, skilling, and vocational education. Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi, also attended the deliberations. Dear friend, India is happy to share the outcome of the discussions and best practices being adopted as a part of our national education policy with fellow member states. We also wish to learn from the experiences of other countries through this forum and as part of the Transforming Education Summit. I reiterate that achieving the Sustainable Development Goals related to quality education is an important part of our national policy. I wish to re-emphasize our readiness to work more closely with UNESCO to further our shared objective towards peace, harmony, equity, and global human unity.